Hello, we are back to school again with Professor Alex, and today we're going to do a review on some of the previous concepts we've gone over. Today we're going to be dealing with the order of operations, which is going to be parentheses. We're not going to do any exponents today, but the next level is exponents. And then we have multiplication, division, adding, and subtraction. This is the order from left to right that all operations are done. I'm going to give you a few problems here, and we're going to do all single digit numbers because I want to make sure that the first time you get into this that you are able to perform correctly. So once we get the hang of this, then we'll get some heavier problems. When you have multiplication, division, adding, and subtraction, you have to understand that the multiplication has to happen first. And this is because when you're dividing, depending on what you're dividing, the answer can be different. But 6 times 4 and 4 times 6 are always going to be the same. Now, since you're dividing this by 3, you have to solve this side first before you solve the rest. Now, there is a difference because multiplication can be inverted, but division cannot. And as you know that if you add 3 to 8 before you divide, you're not going to get the same answer as you would if you divided by 3 and then added 8. And then you cannot inverse 8 minus 9 because 8 minus 9 is -1 and 9 minus 8 is +1. But at least in multiplication, this isn't going to change. And the reason being is because you're going to do this first. So 6 times 4 is 24. 4 times 6 is 24. That is going to be divided by 3 plus 8 minus 9. Okay? Now, 24 divided by 3 is 8. 8 plus 8 minus 9. And you want to work it out just like this, showing your work. That way, if you get stuck or if you get confused, you can always go back. But 8 plus 8 is 16 minus 9. And 16 minus 9 is what? 7, right? So the answer to the original problem would be 7. So let's get a little bit more complicated. If we have 7 times 5 divided by 6 plus 3 minus 9. Again, you're going to do your multiplication first. Then you're going to do your division. Then you're going to do your addition. And then you're going to do your subtraction. So 7 times 5 is 35. 35 is going to be divided by 6 plus 3 minus 9. Now this is going to be a little bit tricky because 6 doesn't go into 35 evenly. So this is where you go off to the side and 6 times 5 is 30, which gives you a remainder of 5. Add you a 0. Now your 6 is going to go into 50. How many times does 6 go into 50? Eight times. 8 times 6 is 48. And then that's going to leave you with a 2. 18. So 6 times 3 is 18. And that's going to leave you with a 2. Which means that this is going to be 5.83333 and so forth. So if we did 5.83, because we'll use two significant figures, plus 3 minus 9. 5 plus 3 is going to be 8, because this is actually decimal. This is going to be the next chapter. But just notice 5.83, this is the decimal, plus 3. 5 is a whole number, 3 is a whole number, and then the decimal is actually a fraction. And we're going to go into that in later chapters as well. But 5 plus 3 is 8. So this is 8.83. And that's going to be minus 9. Now 8 minus 9 is going to be negative 1. But you're still going to have that 0.83. So the answer to this equation is going to be, with significant figures, negative 1.83. Now you got to remember when you're doing these problems that you follow your signs, because the difference between negative and positive is the difference between losing a sign. You want to also follow your decimals, making sure that you're lining up your problems correctly. And then you want to make sure that you solve completely. And then you want to make sure that you solve completely. So let's get one a little bit more and less difficult. I'm going to throw some exponents in here for you. 3 times 3. We're going to use an exponent of 2. And we're going to divide that by 9. And then we're going to add 6. And we're going to minus 5. Now, this one, we have the exponent here. So you have to remember, you do within the parentheses first, and then you do the exponent. Now, an exponent is whatever is in the parentheses multiplied by itself the same number of times as the exponent. So here you have 3 times 3, So 3 times 3 is 9. 9 squared is 9 times 9, which equals 81. So your new problem is 81 divided by 9 plus 6 minus 5. The next step is going to be to divide. 81 divided by 9 is the reverse of 9 times 9. So 81 divided by 9 is 9. 9 plus 6 is equal to 15. And then you're going to minus 5 from 15 and get 10. There's your answer. I want to get into something a little bit more interesting. So we're going to start with 4 times 4 squared. We're going to divide that by 8. And then we're going to add 20. Notice that we should be good at this. So now I'm going to add a double-digit number in here. And we're going to subtract 4. Now, 4 times 4 is 16, right? But 16 squared is 16 times 16. Now you're probably going to have to get a calculator out for this, but that's okay, because 16 times 16 is 256. Now that is going to be divided by 8, which is 32. Now, since you did your multiplication to get this 16 squared, and you did your 16 squared to get your 256, and then you divided your 256 by 8 to get 32, your next step is to add 20 to 32, which is 52. And now your final result is to subtract 4 from that, which is 48. Now the reason why I like this problem is 6 times 8 is equal to 4 times 4 squared divided by 8 plus 20 minus 4. And this is because the equation on the left is equivalent to the equation on the right, because both answers equal 48. So I just thought that that would be a neat trick for you guys. If you want to learn some more math with Professor Alex, you can go to the link down below, and it'll give you the ability to get me on as a tutor. You can like, share, and comment. If you have any math problems you want me to work out, feel free to throw them in the comment section, and I can work them out in one of my upcoming videos. I hope you really enjoyed this session. Thank you for being here, and enjoy your recess.